All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Calls the first presidential debate depressing. Yeah. But all right, let's get it. Guys, come on, let's check it out.
Mr. Kennedy, thank you for joining our coverage here on NBC News Now. You didn't qualify for this debate as you didn't hit CNN's requirements of hitting at least 15% in 4 national polls or getting on the ballot in enough states. We should mention you hit 3 polls, but you didn't get on enough ballots. Without a presence...
Bro, is this how you open up an interview? Listen, I get it. Keep this in mind here. I don't know much about this man at all. Right? At all. I don't nothing, bro. Other than what you guys, say in the comments and things like that, right? But this is not how you open up an interview, specifically if you want to have like a grown-up conversation. You're being a little too disrespectful right now, currently. I'm just going to be honest.
In enough states, we should mention you hit 3 polls, but you didn't get on enough ballots. Without a presence on the debate stage, your long shot campaign seems to have just gotten longer. Will you qualify, do you think, for the September debate?
Bro, get up and walk away.
I think so. We actually did qualify for this debate. We were in 5 polls,
didn't expect that
including
voice.
4, one by CNN that had me over 15%. One of the companies, the Monmouth company, that was one of the approved 12 companies by CNN, CNN arbitrarily threw that poll out, even though it had me at 17%. CNN did not want me on the stage. They made an agreement with the Biden and Trump administrations or the staff to keep me off the stage. I was the only one who qualified even slightly for for being on the ballot in enough states. I got 270 votes. I now have the signatures sufficient to get me on the ballot in states enough to get me 340 electoral votes. So I qualified, and by the way, neither President Trump nor President Biden are on the ballot in any state, and they are not the nominees of their parties. So this was really
Mr.
just...
Kennedy, I'm looking at some... Mr. Kennedy, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some stats here that were given to me here, but it says even your own campaign says you're officially on the ballot in just 8 states. How would you get to 270 with 8 states?
Well, we have enough signatures to get on the ballots in other states, but they will not... Those states won't register us until, some of them until August. We're on we have enough signatures. We're completely qualified. Most of them, we have 3 times the amount of signatures that we need. But the states, under their own procedures, do not register you until August. So they basically made it impossible. CNN chose criteria that we couldn't make. We got a lot closer than President Trump or President Biden. They're not on the ballot in any state.
Mr. Kennedy, what did you think of the debate tonight? Were you able to watch?
Yeah, I actually had a debate that I think 10 million people watched. We had a virtual debate where I was on the stage with President Biden and President Trump, and it was aired live on X. It was live streamed simultaneously with the debate. So what I thought of it, I thought it was depressing. I thought we have 341 million people in this country, and it was a debate about, that was filled with vitriol and the anger and the finger pointing, and nobody talked about the issues that really concern Americans.
Because they don't care, like both of them. Like, let's just be completely honest here, all right? I mean, if you saw that debate, you realize also that I think we have an issue here. We're doing the same thing that we always do. Always. Let's go put 2 people we don't like on stage and choose to basically choose between the 2 people we don't like the most, bro. That's it, right? I mean, listen, he's saying that they're not on any type of ballots. I'm not sure if that. I didn't research that, right? Potentially. If that's the case, then that's pretty telling, right? Because it doesn't matter. The entirety of the nation is looking at it like, look, it's going to be Biden versus Trump no matter what. Bro, these are 2 individuals that are past their prime, and I'm not even sure that us sitting in the generation that we're currently sitting in, we need their opinions, bro. I'm just going to be honest. That's my opinion. I think there should be someone that is closer to the actual issues, where these issues would actually affect them. I would say put somebody in there, let's say 50 60. If you want to go on the older end, 40, 50, 60. On the older end of things. All right. Once you get past a certain age, just like you can't drive, I'm not sure we should be allowing people that have no actual skin in the game. They have none. There's zero skin in the game. What I saw were two individuals on stage that were completely disconnected from reality. That's it. You have two people that have not a single bit of skin in the game, right? And again, I don't know who this man is. I think you guys sent me a video about him before a while ago, and I was just like, okay, cool, right? But anyone other than those two individuals that were on the stage would probably get some attention. Is he the only one out there? Is it just him? If so, then that's the reason why people are watching him. All right, the reality. Right? There are people who are absolutely sick and tired of having to legitimately vote for basically the same nonsense. It doesn't matter who wins. No, they're going to do the same thing. Inherently, they're going to go about it differently, but they're going to basically do the same exact thing, bro. All right. But either way, let's continue.
Now, 70% of the people in our country, we've had a nuclear bomb go off in our middle class in the administrations of these two presidents. 70% of the people in our country are not making enough money to pay for basic human needs. I run into people every day who are, elderly people who are splitting their prescription pills to make them stretch out for the week, mothers who are downgrading the ingredients to get out to the checkout line at the grocery stores. A young couple I ran into in New Hampshire who had a fight because they were arguing if your crying baby is $50 sick or $100 or $500 sick before they bring them to a hospital. Americans are not supposed to be suffering like that, and that has happened
Mr.
in these
Kennedy, I do want to ask you an important question. At some point, your campaign team comes back to you and says, listen, this is just not going to happen, right? We're not going to get on all the ballots. You're not going to be the president. Who will you throw your support behind?
I'm not pulling out. What I said to President Biden is that right now I am the only one of the two of us that beats President Trump at a poll. So President Biden can't beat President Trump. But I can beat him in the biggest polls.
I can kind of see that, right? Because, Biden is incredibly unlikable, right? And Biden is insanely unlikable, mainly because how are you supposed to run the president and you run the presidency and we barely understand anything you're saying generally, right? It's not coherent. Don't get me wrong here. I don't know what this man. I turn the subtitles on. I don't want you president neither, right? I don't understand words that are coming out of your mouth. No disrespect, right? But just be fully aware here. We're looking at if he's in it, it's the same situation, bro. We have three people now who are completely out of what actually is happening. Listen, he's saying the things, right? Yeah, people are suffering right now in terms of finances, right? Reel in the Federal Reserve. Right, that's what you should be doing. We're making an attempt for interest rates to be looked at differently. Right, stop printing money. How about that? If you stop printing money, the money that we have now will be worth the same thing tomorrow. But instead, that $100 you had in the bank sitting there, in 2019, for example, is worth probably $60 now, in comparison to what it was worth before, bro. You're printing money and then confuse why people are suffering financially. The economy is terrible. Immigration is terrible. Bro, do something better.
Showing me beating President Trump. I beat President Biden 39 states to 11 states in a landslide. So I'm not the one who should be withdrawing from the race, and I'm not going to be withdrawing from the race. What I said is that I will withdraw. I'll take a spoiler pledge with President Biden that we'll both take a poll in October. And whoever of us is less likely to beat Donald Trump, that person will withdraw, and I will take that pledge.
Mr. Kennedy, we only have a minute. I'm not familiar with those polls, but I'll definitely look out for them. I do want to ask you, nobody on this planet, maybe few people, except for your relatives, know the importance of a vice president. You have chosen Nicole Shanahan to be your running mate. She was a lawyer from Silicon Valley. What qualifies her to be commander-in-chief?
Nicole Shanahan is one of the smartest people that I've ever met. She's an expert in an area that I particularly wanted people, which is AI, which is one of the greatest threats and the greatest challenges that face our country. We can turn it into something very, very precious, or we can turn it where it will be a terrible peril for us. And the fact that we don't have anybody in our government who is an expert on that right now in the cabinet is, I think, catastrophic.
Bro, you know why you chose her. Stop playing.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, we thank you for your time. We thank you for joining us.
Thanks, sir.
All right, guys, listen, this was easily one of the most disrespectful interviews that I've seen that you guys have sent me, right? And it's not just because of this guy here. It's because of the guy interviewing him. This was wild. Like, what's the point of interviewing this man? You didn't care anything about his opinion. The guys, again, I have no skin in the game. Outside looking in, right? I don't even spend most of my year in America, bro. Just be fully aware. Okay, so now here's the thing. I look at him, and the way he's treating this man here is terrible, just on like a human basis. This was just basically vitriol. I don't like you because you're running against our chosen candidate, which is Biden. That's all he's saying here. How dare you think you could do anything against our republic, our monarchy, let's call it, because that's what it feels like. It feels like all they care about is royal families these days. Even though we ran away from the concept of royal families, they seem to only want to promote and begin the promotion and creation of royal families. The Bidens, the Obamas, the Trumps, bro, come on. So can we have, and he's also the same. He's a Kennedy, right? Kennedy Jr. Bro, I don't want you here neither. Fresh blood, please. Right? The reality is that we need someone that actually understands what's happening in the United States of America, that is willing to actually fix it, right? And also that has some skin in the game. I'm sorry. These elderly men don't really have it doesn't affect them, bro. I'm not, again, not trying to be super disrespectful, but they won't be here in 20 years to see the fruits of their labor. Guys, we need someone that is actually going to be in it with us, not lord over us, bro. But just an opinion, guys. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd, along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.